Good morning, everyone. Today is an exciting day because Justin and I have our appointment with our original fertility doctor to talk about IVF. It's a Skype call appointment, but nonetheless, we're really excited. We've done one before and it was the same as meeting in person. So we're really excited. That is at 2:30 today. It is 8:30 right now. So I'm getting ready to go to work. I still have to work until 2. And then I'll leave at 2 to go to our appointment. That's at 2:30 across town. And then Justin is getting off early. We actually found out some cool news yesterday is that his new boss that just started did IVF with his wife also, and it was for the exact same reason that we're doing IVF, for male infertility. And it was just really a cool experience for Justin to be able to connect with him on that level, and it'll be great for like when we need to take time off for those kinds of things. He'll be really understanding, and he said like, if there's anything, just let me know. And it was just like a really big blessing for us, because we were nervous. He was getting a new boss. We were just like, it's gonna be weird taking all this time off, but that was such a huge blessing for us to hear that, and so we're really excited about that. But yeah, that's at 2:30 this afternoon, so I'll be vlogging, and I'm gonna go to work, but we're expecting to hear some good news. Hopefully, maybe, I don't know, I honestly don't really know what to expect anymore. Justin's calendar for the next few months is terrible. He's gone a lot, so we have to figure that out. I don't know if we're doing our calendar today even, or if they're just gonna kind of like talk to us through this. It's gonna be kind of a surprise. So we'll see how it goes, but I'm excited. I just wanted to say I'm so sorry for those who are currently being affected by the Blue Cut fire here in Southern California. Justin and I are luckily in an area that's not affected by it. We're south of it by a couple, I think at least 100 miles. Last night when I went to bed, it was 0% contained and like 15,000 acres burned. And this morning when I woke up, it was the same, but 30,000 acres burned. And that's just devastating to so many families who have probably lost their homes. I haven't heard of anyone being injured except for some firemen, so that's a relief in that. But that's terrifying and that's heartbreaking. So I just wanted to let those people know that I'm praying for you guys, and Justin and I prayed for you last night, and I'm going to be praying for you again today as I'm out. It may not be here, but like the second I walk outside I smell smoke, and so I'm reminded of what's going on. And I'm so sorry for everyone who has family or friends or whatever being affected by this, and we're just praying for that to be able to work, and as well as people who have family, friends, and the fire department who are out there, you know, risking their lives to help the Southern California state who's just been suffering from continued fires this season, and it's been kind of hard. So be praying for you guys, and I will let you know our update as soon as I can. Okay, bye. I am on my way to our doctor's appointment, and I will be there in about 10 minutes.
Sense of comfort, or is it just the latest trend? Does another's sadness make you feel powerful, and do their tears bring you joy when you're sad?
It's a video. You. Oh no.
So weird.
Hey guys, so things are getting really exciting here. Do you want to tell them what's going on?
Yeah, so we might possibly be able to start the IVF process on August 29th, which is in 12 days.
Not even, is it in 12 days?
Yeah, it's in 12 days, so yeah,
We're
we're
just
waiting on some
waiting.
information right now, and then we're gonna try and get things started. So
We're gonna start saving like crazy and hope that we're able to come up with the right amount. We're gonna meet with someone right after this and go over the cost and which package we want to do, and we'll tell you guys more about like all we learned about like the transfer and whatnot when we're done. But she's making it seem like we have a really good chance, so we prayed that this would work, and it's just so exciting. So yeah, we'll update you guys in a little bit. Bye.
What's up?
So we have to go over like everything we talked about at our appointment, and it kind of took us off guard. Everything kind of like started happening really fast. So we'll start off with, we came in for our appointment and we talked over what we had found out at the male fertility clinic and what had come of that, and our doctor agreed with us about how we weren't really on board for doing the frozen IUI transfer. She thought, again, she agreed with us that probably wasn't a good idea. You know, it was a waste of time and money probably in the long run. So she was like, hey, let's do it. Let's do IVF. And so we started talking about it, and she just was suddenly like, well, when's your period? When are you supposed to get your period? And I was supposed to get it next week. So after that, she was like, let's put you on estrogen, or I think it was estrogen, or it's like a birth control pill, but it's like without progesterone, she said. And I'm going to be on that until next week, and then I will be starting injectable stims. So that's happening like right now. Like,
Yep.
I don't even know.
Starting next month.
Yeah.
Actually, no, we're starting this month.
We start
August
this
28th.
month on the 28th, which is a Sunday.
That is in 10 days.
Yeah.
Everybody.
So
10 days.
from here on out, we are filling out paperwork. We picked up my prescription for the birth control. I start taking it tonight until next week. And what else?
So we're also gonna start to apply for a discount since we're active duty, which is a minimum of 25% off the
The
medication,
medication only. But
which is about $4,000 without the discount. So 25% off, which is
so that
around
takes off
$3,000.
$1,000. And then one of
So-
our friends, they had meds left over. So they're giving us some. That's going to hopefully lower that cost a little bit too.
And it might possibly go up to 75% depending on if we qualify. So
We just finished submitting all of our tax forms, so they'll review those and tell us like what kind of discount we get.
yeah,
So that'll help. So hopefully we'll be able to pay for our meds out of pocket, and then the IVF savings and other people that help pay for it for us. So
yeah. He's excited too.
he's excited to be a big brother. Huh, buddy? Look at him, he's so mad.
He loves it.
His face when you put
Okay,
him down.
bye. But yeah, so with the discount, it'll help out a lot. And then we're still trying to figure out what plan we want to go with, whether we want to do the single transfer or the guaranteed success.
Yeah.
It's a lot to think about though, because it's
It's a pretty significant.
big money
Difference.
difference between the two.
We're gonna have my mom come over tonight and kind of talk to us both what she thinks is a good option. I think we've kind of decided on what we think we want to do, but we want to hear her opinion on it as well. So
The
Other
only
than that-
thing is, if it does not work the first time with the single transfer,
we have to do it all
It's-
over again.
$4,000 for a second transfer, which sucks.
And if you have
That's a
no
lot of
frozen
money.
embryos, like say they don't get any that are frozen, you'd have to pay the $12,000 or whatever it is all over again, plus meds.
So that's why we're considering maybe going with the guaranteed success option,
But our
just in
doctor,
case. But yeah, but our doctor has
she
said
makes
that
it seem
she's
like we have
pretty
really good
hopeful.
odds with his,
With our
and she said
age.
my ovarian reserve was really good, and that the one time we did do an ultrasound that they found like over 20 follicles, and that was like after I ovulated. I forget, or no, it might have been before, I don't remember, but she seemed pretty confident that because I'm young and healthy that we'll have like, I think she said what, like with one embryo it was
70 to
50
80.
to 60%, and then if we transfer two it's
70
70
to
to 80, which we still were talking about that with her as well. We think we still want to transfer two unless something changes. But anyways, we're not really like sure. We have pretty good hope. Our doctor has said like you guys have really good chances. She has pretty good faith in IVF working for us, and so
It was just a miracle. Like, God totally, like, worked something out. I was stressing about it the last few days. I was worried he's going to be on birth control for a month. He's gone a ton of weeks the next few months, and I go to Chicago for a few days for a friend's wedding next month. Like, it's just, like, our schedules were crazy. We were, like, walking in there, like, not knowing what was going to happen, and this just, like, was a miracle. Like, we prayed about it whatever night that was when we were planning out our calendars, because I was just like, this is impossible. Like, this is like a crazy schedule to work around, and God totally just came through today. And I don't know, I think it's a good sign that he's just kind of opening that door for us to go through with this. And it like, the door is like wide open for us right now for that whole thing to happen. It's like the perfect timing. The only like downside is that I just started this new job, and you know, I have to take this time off, and I'm worried about talking to my boss about that. But other than that, that's really the only thing, that and finances, that are kind of holding it back from right now. But God's kind of opened that door, and we're kind of ready to just go through with it and just go in full faith. So we're really excited. And then one other thing that we learned from our doctor today that we're going to do is we're going to do the IVF cycle, but we're not going to transfer our embryos right after trigger shot and you know, when the 5-day blast or whatever. They want to freeze them on 5-day, because they said that they actually have better odds when they freeze them all, which totally threw me. I have always heard that the fresh transfer was better, but she said with their new way that they freeze them, like super rapid, they actually have the same if not better chances when they freeze them all and transfer 5 weeks later, because your estrogen levels are lower and they're not like crazy through the roof from the IVF cycle that you just went through. So that would put us at we'd do retrieval hopefully around September 10th, which is a Saturday, which is nice. So I'll have a surgery on a Saturday. I'll have a day to recover. Yeah. And then they would transfer the embryos around mid to end of October. And so all of that seemed like it was working out too, which would put us at an estimated, if we got pregnant, due date around August of next year, which, like, we don't care when the babies come. Like, we really could care less. But it's just really exciting, and we walked into that appointment not expecting anything that happened, and this just kind of like blew open for us. So this is where we are right now. We have to pay the full upfront money for IVF by the 28th, I think, the day I start stims. Yep. So just be praying for us that we're able to come up with those finances. We're going to talk to some family, hopefully, and see if anyone can help us out financially. It's a huge burden, but I know that God is faithful, and he's opened this door for us, and I think that he's going to provide that, because he's done this so far. Like, so far he's come through in so many other ways. And we just have faith about that, I think, too. So with that, I'm gonna start taking the estrogen pills. Hopefully around the 28th I'll start stims, which is the shots, and then we will be vlogging probably, like, once this process has started, that run, we'll be vlogging like every day. Like, I'll do updates, like how I'm feeling medication wise and everything like that. And then, success or not, we will succeed. There will be hopefully twins. I want 2.
Yes.
We will see. But yeah, so we'll talk to you guys soon, and yeah, bye.
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 What's up, everybody?
I feel so awkward.
Why? What's up, everybody?
We're back.
How's it going? I'm doing good. I'm just kidding. We're done. What's up, everybody?
Hi.
How's it going?
So, you're terrible at starting these. Oh my god.